Hello, good morning. Welcome to my channel. I thought I would take you guys along with the day in the life of just cleaning with me. So if you guys would like to do a clean with me, then enjoy. I'm doing a little bit of snuggles with my cat Shrimp. She loves to hang out on the bed. Um I've been recently starting my day off more making my bed. It's been something that I've been trying to slow down in the morning, and overall in general, I think I'm trying to slow down a little bit more, especially with the cooler winter months. I am enjoying this more. I generally don't like the cold or the winter. And so this is my first winter where I am a stay-at-home mom. I don't need to get up and be out by 6 in the morning to go to work or whatever time. And so I really just want to take my time and just relax and have a slow morning. So I'm making my bed, and then I'm also going ahead and getting ready my daughter's sleep sack already, and if I just have it laying out, it makes bedtime so much easier. We are putting her in a sleep sack, especially in the winter with it colder, because just when we wake up it feels so cold, and I find even with the sleep sack sometimes little tootsies are a little bit chilly, but not too bad. Um, that's my that's my stuffed animal I've had since I was 1, and I kept saying I would pass that down to my daughter, but I think it's just gonna be buried with me. I love it. That elephant that I'm putting on, my daughter lived on that for probably about the first month. The first month, her and I and my husband kind of traded off just sleeping on the bed. I'm sorry, on the couch, and I think that elephant was the only thing that we could actually get her sleeping on other than us, and so we were just kind of switch out watching her sleep on it. She has unfortunately outgrown it, but I'm not ready to get rid of it just because I think it would be a really nice, like, little pillow or stuffy for when she becomes a toddler, and so during the day, I find that it just looks really cute on her bassinet, but I obviously do not leave that on there while she's sleeping. That knitted blanket right there, I have a very good friend who she needed that blanket for me, and it's large, and I'm so glad that I found that spot for it. In the morning times, I do like to do just a quick clean and check in of my daughter's changing table, making sure that I'm stocked up on all of the diapers, the wipes, those pee pads that we have, which me and my husband love those because if she has a dirty diaper or things get a little bit messy, we don't have to wash the full changing table. We just have to replace that, and it makes it so much easier. So if you are a new mother or expecting or what have you, I would highly recommend picking some of those up. They're not super expensive for how much you get out of it, and then we only have to change those. They get dirty. One of the first things that I do, well, I've already gotten up, got my daughter up, we fed, I've eaten breakfast, and I am just being the slow morning. I'm just staying in my pajamas a lot more until I get this morning clean done. But as soon as I feed her, get both of us fed, and make the bed, check that, I immediately go over and wash all of her bottles from the day before. I've tried to keep up with it better and then do another cleaning at night, but I find that it really just works for me to just clean them all at once in the morning time. And so then she's got all of her bottles all set for the day, and I find it just makes it so much easier. I've told my husband that I'm like, oh, we need more bottles, but I really don't want to get more bottles just because I feel like it would be an excuse for me to push this back, and then I would just have even more bottles to clean in one go. And so having less bottles really just helps me keep up with the cleaning and makes these times so much faster. I also try to do a load of dishes around this time. Trying to do one load of dishes for me has extraordinarily changed the look of our kitchen. I don't have dishes piling up anymore. I do think that I owe a lot of that to the fact that I'm a stay-at-home mom now. Um, Obviously, when I was working, it was so much more difficult to get myself in the kitchen to do a load of dishes, and so I find that now that I work from home, keeping the house clean and our daughter happy is my job now. I find it just so much easier. I'm currently in the process of trying to wash all of my daughter's teether toys, binkies. We just went on a vacation to visit family for Thanksgiving, and so those are the last of her teether toys that we took with us, and they're going in the sterilizer. We do have a bottle sterilizer. I absolutely love it. I will say I don't think it cut down on how much I wash bottles because I do wash bottles daily. We wash them every time before we put them in there, and so we use it s- not as a bottle washer, but specifically as a bottle sterilizer. Um, and I actually had a little bit of trouble with it this morning. I do know that I need to clean it. The way we do that is I'm probably just gonna run it a little bit with just some sterilized water and then wipe it off. I need to do that when it's warm though. I did have some problems with it. It wasn't turning on and I got really nervous that it was the sterilizer itself because it was not a cheap sterilizer, and so I was going to be kind of upset if in the 5 months using it it no longer worked. And so I tried both outlets and neither one of them worked, and so this is about when I was getting nervous that it was the sterilizer. Luckily, we found that it was not. I was getting nervous that maybe water got trapped on the underneath it, or it's just I did something wrong. I'm not tech savvy, so I definitely break things. It's not, it is definitely not unusual for that to happen. My husband actually helped me out, and I just needed to reset a breaker on that specific charge. It is working over there now, but for today, we did move it over to this wall, and it worked. Thank God. This is my whole organization. We've got extra nipples in here from ranging of all sizes. This is where we kept all of the caps, the lids, little extra bottles back from when I was pumping. We mostly use these for if we're traveling with her. One is getting cleaned. Teether toys, which a lot of them are getting sterilized, and then binkies. She and we love these type of binkies. We also have a lot of other different varieties that I sometimes will try out. We've tried these, but it seems she doesn't really like them. And then we've got vitamin D, gas drops if she needs it. We keep, was like these breast pump wipes up here. Oh, that's manual. Oh no. This is a container that I will use to store some of the teethers for in her. And then this is where we keep all the bottles. This one, move over here. Oh, I guess these we can move over here. Okay, so if anybody has good recommendation on what to do with Tupperware, I am horrible at it, and part of me wants to get organization stuff for this cabinet. However, we're moving out in like 5 or 6 months, so I also am just like, well, we'll live with it till we buy a house, and then I'll work on getting organization because I don't want to buy something that's specific for this cabinet if we're just gonna end up moving. So my kitchen really is one of the biggest things that I don't know what to do with. All of the cabinets just seem too small for everything. All of the cupboards do, and so yeah. None of these stand up, so that's why I keep them laying down. I kind of want to just get one big bin, because right now most of them fit in here if they're all clean, but then not all of them, so then I just move them over here. I used to keep these in here, but I moved them down. So I think that I can just get rid of these. I can get rid of those. Yeah, I don't know. Just try to play around with it. I feel like I'm always reorganizing this kitchen every other week or so. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and unload the dishwasher. Obviously you can see that this takes a little bit of time, so I thought maybe we could take this time to chit chat a little bit. If anybody has, so I get a little bit nervous about what's gonna happen with the dishes when my daughter gets old enough and is eating solids. She's not eating solids quite yet. And so if anybody has any tips for toddlers, because I'm sure that once she starts eating, it is going to double or triple the amount of dishes that I have just in the toddler very dirty stage. And so if anybody has any suggestions for the incoming future, please let me know in the comments. My microphone is dying on me. I think I might need to charge it up here soon. This is actually the first time I'm doing a voiceover, and so I actually am kind of enjoying it. Okay, I just got my microphone all charged up, so we are ready to roll. Um, yeah, what I was saying is this is my first time doing a voiceover. I'm actually really enjoying doing it this way rather than when I would clean, stop, talk about what I was doing slash what my plan is for the rest of the day. And so I think just cleaning and then coming back and just talking is honestly, I'm really enjoying doing this. So I think I will be doing a lot more videos like this. I'm just finishing up doing all of the dishes. This is kind of what my morning routine is that I've been being the most consistent with. I won't say I've been doing it for very long, but definitely since it's gotten very cold this past week. I wake up and I will say I probably between the time that I wake up to the time that I start actually getting stuff done is probably about an hour to 2 hours. It really just depends. I really am just taking that slow morning. I will get up, get my daughter ready for the day, feed her. While I feed her, I do watch another YouTube, just a motivational clean with me, stuff like that, to set my day up with what I want to do. I will look for specifically motivation for YouTube videos for what I was planning to do that day, whether that's cleaning, reading, writing, being just a stay-at-home mom, chilling, just anything like that. And I will do that and then get my daughter all fed, and then I will get myself fed and eat, and then we'll chill for a while and play. And then after all of that is when I will go and start this. I will go make the bed, get the bottles clean, get dishes done, all of that, and that's I've also been starting one load of laundry daily. I grew up in a household where we did laundry all in one day. Sunday was laundry day, and whenever I first became a stay-at-home mother and just throughout when I'm since I moved out, I've tried doing the laundry in one day. All of my laundry in one day. And it just what I've been learning over the last couple weeks is that that is just plain not for me. I have been I I was a person that I would get all of my laundry clean, but it would take days to weeks to just the next time we need to do laundry to fold it. I just wouldn't get it folded. And I know that if my parents, specifically my dad, heard me say that, he would be like, "Well, why don't you just get it all done? Like just get it done." Um but that just is simply not me, and I find that if I just do one load a day, it's small enough that it's so much easier for me. And I have been cleaning it and folding it all in one day. Laundry is caught up. I also find that because we're a small three-person family, I don't actually need to do one load every single day, and so really I can just do one load every other day, and that keeps me up pretty caught up. I've been doing very, very well of keeping my cat's litter cleaned, keeping all of that intact. Obviously taking care of them. Definitely don't want to forget about them, even though I have a small child. I had that it was about lunchtime then. It was fries, and then I'd seen that recipe where it's just a frozen garlic bread with some meatballs. And this week that we had, it was not so much a healthy week by any means. It was a week of we'd just gotten back from Thanksgiving, and so we didn't have a whole lot, but we also didn't really have money to go grocery shopping. So it was very much a week of just eating what we could find around the house. And so hopefully next week, I actually went grocery shopping yesterday and meal prepped. And so hopefully we'll be able to eat much healthier meals. I think we're planning to do a chicken Cajun pasta tonight. And then I've been having a salad for lunch, which, well, I shouldn't say salad. What I picked up a Chipotle bowl yesterday, but I do get the healthier sides of them, but I shouldn't call it a salad at all. So now I'm just going ahead and picking up tidying the living room. This was honestly pretty bad from after coming back from Thanksgiving. It kind of became a catch-all from moving everything that we took to where we went to visit family into the living room, and so we had to clean up. I found that purse and I absolutely love it. It has a little horse on the side. Well, so I love it, but it's much smaller than the purse that I originally had. So I really only use it on days that I can get out without my child. If she comes with me, we just take the diaper bag, and so it doesn't quite get as much use as I would love, but that is totally okay. That blanket right there that I'm folding was actually a shower baby shower gift that my good friend who knitted the blanket in my bedroom as well. It has her name on it and it's so cute. She did such an amazing job, you guys. I love it. Um the things that I just put on the back of the couch go with my daughter's playmat, which is actually currently in the laundry. I am deciding I think that is the very last of my Halloween decor that is getting put up. Except that well, I'm looking at two I have two bats on the wall that I can't reach and I haven't gotten my husband up on the ladder, which I'm sure that he's the one that put them up because there's no way that I could have put them up there. But those are the absolute last Halloween decorations and I just can't reach. I think that the next video that's going to be going up is definitely going to be a decorate with me. I'm so ready to decorate for Christmas. I keep going back and forth on when I want to get my tree out because I have cats. I don't want to leave it up for too long, especially because my daughter, she's 5 months old, so she appreciates the lights, but in she's not really old enough to really appreciate like the Christmas decorations and also it's really still more for my husband and I. Um and I'm super excited. It was funny. I just edited and watched that bottle and I can't tell you how many times it irked me, how many times I walked past that baby bottle before I actually picked it up, you guys. Those two duffel bags, I actually one was my husband's and the other one we used for my daughter and for the vacation. So I'm finally putting those away. Those live in we have an outdoor closet on the balcony. So I'm just going to put those in there. I feel like the outdoor closet on the balcony really has become a catch-all for anything and everything that we don't use on a regular basis. And like my husband's tools, any camping gear, my scuba diving gear that I haven't used in years. I probably could keep my suitcase out there because I don't use it that often. And just anything like that. And my cats, I have two cats specifically that love to go out on my balcony daily. I think in my last reset video I talked about cleaning it, but there was a bunch of wasps, so I didn't actually go out and clean it. Now that it's getting too cold for wasps, I think on the next reset I really would like to get out there and clean it, do a deep clean. Part of me would love to get more. So that train set's actually funny. So my husband picked up the train set and the train box, and I thought he was gonna put it away. We bought this actually a couple of days ago, and I was just so excited with the find that I opened it. I opened it and played with it, even though we weren't actually ready to get it set up. But I could not find that box. I had to call him because I thought he picked it up to put it away, but he just put it up so that the cats wouldn't be noisy playing with it while we slept. Um, but he had hidden it in the closet pretty well. I couldn't find it in our small apartment. It was actually a cool enough day that I left the door open so that I have two cats that they like to go outside, but they don't really like to spend a lot of time out there, and so sometimes it's nice to just leave the door open for them so they can come in and out, but I don't like to do it very often just because of AC. And then also, like I said, over the last summer, we've had a lot more wasps hanging around, and the absolute last thing I want to do is have a wasp come into our apartment. Especially because I don't really want the cats playing with it. If a moth or a fly gets in, then it's a cat toy. They like to chase it around. Um, what I'm doing right now is I'm actually training. That's my cat Sushi. She was my first cat I ever owned. I did feed her and raise her. We found her abandoned. She was probably about 3 weeks, but she is my little angry fur monster. She does sort of get along with the cats, but she is a solo kitten, and so I'm finding that it's just so much better that if I want to bring out treats for the other cats, I just train her. She comes with when called, and so if I can just keep her distracted away from the other cats' treats, it very much reduces the amount of, first of all, the amount of stress that it puts on the other cats and her, but also the amount of fights that break out. And I do find that when I regularly train her, it just overall reduces the amount of tension that is in her because it gets her mind working a little bit better. My desk, I feel like I haven't really been working at my desk very often, which is why I think when you noticed when I was cleaning the couch, I just left my laptop there because my couch really has been more of a more of a my working space, and so my I feel like my desk has just become a catch-all. This dining table, I absolutely love. My father-in-law actually made this for me. It's a puzzle table, which I really want to puzzle more, and I think that might be something that I'd like to do as far as trying to slow down for the winter months, because I feel like I've been just trying to go go go, and I haven't. There's been a couple of times that I've slowed down enough to puzzle, but it hasn't been as much as I would like, and I do feel like a lot of that reason is because this table becomes such a catch-all. My husband, whenever we were getting in all the furniture for our daughter when I was pregnant, he got rid of his desk to make everything fit, which I was very, very supportive of and appreciative of because it made we had a dresser and just everything that we needed for her. That was honestly such a big help. But for him, the dining table has become the biggest catch-all, and just overall in general, I think even more than my desk. And so that I think that's been one thing that's been keeping me from puzzling just because I have to clean it in order to. I don't know if anybody else's husbands are mine's a mechanic, but anybody who has handyman or anybody in that industry, he's constantly bringing tools and buying new tools and then leaving boxes everywhere. And so that large box is a jack, and I don't know if he wants me to get rid of it, so I just packed it up. Luckily, he when he got home, I did ask him, and he said that we can get rid of it, so we no longer have it. It's actually so much cleaner now. And then all of that stuff over there, I wasn't sure if we were getting rid of, so I was just kind of piling up next to the door to ask, which I'm very glad I did because I think most of the materialistic stuff, other than the boxes that were over there, was not trash. So I kind of basically gave it to him, told him to find a place for it because I don't know what to do with it. He doesn't I don't like it cluttering my house, but he also doesn't like when I put it away because then he can't find it, which I totally understand. But if he doesn't want me cleaning his stuff, then he needs to put it away because otherwise if I am home by myself for quite a lot of the day, and so I will find things to do, and sometimes that is cleaning it. Um Now I'm just back in the kitchen to do a more thorough clean. This is no longer part of my morning routine. So everything that I did up until actually fully tidying was just a part of kind of my morning routine. It's make the bed, clean the bottles, do the dishes, start a load of laundry, and that is really it. So anything on that I get done on top of it is really just extra cleaning that I'm doing. I I will say I do try to regularly keep the kitchen as tidy as I can just because it makes cooking dinner, and I just spend so much time in the kitchen, and so it just makes it so much better when it is clean. My cat my my cats enjoy coming my cats really enjoy going up into those cabinets, and so I have to keep those doors closed, otherwise they will have a cat there, and it's so difficult once they get up there to get them back down. We honestly either have to give them a treat to get them down or just wait until they come down themselves, but I don't really like them hanging around in there. Um so my I'm finding that my laundry machine doesn't really like my daughter's playmat. I've tried it on different settings, I've tried putting it with different types of things, but I'm just finding it doesn't really like it, and so, um, I know that the washer dryer that we have are older, so I think that I'm just gonna have to probably bring the playmat down whenever I go and visit my parents to wash it more thoroughly there, but I think that should be okay. I really like to keep a clean kitchen. I find it's very difficult because there's just not a lot of space in this kitchen as far as what's the word? Like cabinet space, pantry space. And so it's so difficult to organize. And part of me wants to ask for help for small kitchen organization. However, I think that I'd rather just deal with the clutter and the mess for a little while longer until we buy a house, because then I don't have to rebuy the organization if it no longer fits when we do buy a house. I am putting away my daughter's bottles. I don't always do this. Sometimes I do just kind of leave it in the sterilizer all day and I just grab the bottles from the sterilizer as I need it. Uh, but since it was already going through and doing a much more thorough kitchen clean, I thought why not? And I think that I also went ahead and cleaned any of the bottles that she had already eaten during that day. I didn't record it just because I figured it would just be tedious since you've already watched me clean some bottles. So I know that so many of the colors don't match, and it bothers me, but it also doesn't bother me enough to go searching for them or buy new ones to figure out why. I need to get better about wiping down my kitchen. I feel like I do a very good job, but I think that I definitely could do better. Around the sink, I do the best at just because it's what I use the most. It's what gets wet the most, so I wipe off all the water. My stovetop, I definitely let it go longer than what I should have. It was pretty bad, but it was also very satisfying to get it clean, and it was just looked so amazing afterwards, though I just meal prepped, so I had to rewash it yesterday. I don't really know how much decorating for Christmas I'm gonna do in the kitchen specifically, just because it's already so cluttered. I more just leave the Christmas decorating for in the living room. I might move a little bit into the kitchen and our bedroom. We're just gonna do a little bit of pieces in each. I have no idea where our Christmas tree is going. I think there's two corners that it could go. We would have to do a little bit of rearranging. And I think one would be my book corner, which I would probably just put it up where my rocking chair is, or put it in the bedroom where our shoes are actually stored. Although I mentioned that to my husband and he didn't really seem keen. He was like, "No, the Christmas tree's a living room thing." But I was like, "Well, we'll keep the cats out mostly while we sleep some nights." And so then they wouldn't always be with the Christmas tree, so hopefully it would deter them, or it wouldn't get as played with. I find it so satisfying to wipe down all of the surfaces. I think that coffee table is the absolute most loved. That's mostly where we eat our dinners, just because we don't have dining chair tables right now. I did a whole cleaning, which was also very satisfying, especially after scooping the cat's litter, just because it the cats just track. For those that know cats, they just track litter. I did have to groom this little fur ball. Her name's Gizmo. She's an older cat, and she has the thinnest, finest fur that I cannot keep up with keeping it groomed. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and thumbs up, and I am so excited to see you guys next week or by the end of the month for a full reset and decorating with me. So, see you guys later. Bye.